And we have my nativity set outside. Of course, it's the morning now, so you can't see it lit up, but that's it. And here's my Santa. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Hi, everyone. Welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Look at the beauty of this 3D mug, the sewing machine. I love this. It's gorgeous, and I wanted to share it with you. Yeah, delicious. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, tea, whatever keeps you warm, hot cocoa, because today is my last recorded video of 2025, and it's a glam it up for the holidays. And I'm going to be showing you the dress that I'm wearing, this Butterick pattern 5850. The one in the middle, View B. It's such a glamorous design. And I'd like to ask you, what do you think I do with this foil in my sewing room? Well, stay tuned for today's So Lovely tip. And finally, we're going to do a pattern giveaway with a question of the week. So I hope you stick around for all the fun. I'm really excited. This is my last recorded video of 2025, and you're probably saying, wait a minute, there's another week left. Yeah, and it'll be a live stream. It'll be a live stream wrap up. So I'm really excited for you. So I hope you enjoy this video, and you guys have been wonderful all year. And I want to talk about this pattern, this Butterick 5850 dress. Let me tell you, the pattern says easy. It's not. First of all, the instructions, really hard to follow, and this fabric was greatly challenging. Now I put the dress on the hanger and not on the dress form. Fanny's right there, because I just pressed it, and this fabric wrinkles so easily. So if I put her on the dress form, then I'm gonna have to press it again. And I just wanted to show you the details here. So here is the, the collar, neckband, facing, whatever you want to call it, that crosses over to the waist, and the ties that are inside here. We also have a side zipper. Here's a side zip that goes up. And that's it for notions. There's nothing else. Now for the hem, I serged it, and then I used stitch witchery to press it in, because I did not want to sew the hem in, and definitely not by hand. And that worked out very well. It's a clean, nice hem. And this is the dress. Let me see if I can turn it around. There's nothing really. There's some pleats in the back, that's true. We have not pleats, darts. 2 darts. And that's what it looks like. So it's a really pretty dress, but the fabric, oh my, it frays, it wrinkles, it crinkles, it's just definitely not fun to sew with, but I think it looks pretty nice. So now I'm going to go outside and model it for you. think this pattern is such a glamorous pattern for any special occasion, especially Christmas and New Year's. I hope you like that modeling. Now we're going to go to the cutting table. I'm going to show you the steps I went through to make this dress. Unfortunately, after the ties, I don't know what happened, but my camera focus was, when I was recording the zipper and the hem, it was out of focus, so I didn't get it in. I apologize, but you know, things happen when I'm sewing and recording. I just like to just sew, but that's what happened. So I have some footage here. I'm going to show it to you now. Now for this beautiful, shimmery, shiny taffeta fabric, I decided to use this Butterick dress pattern, View B. The center model's wearing in black. It has the same neckline as View A. Of course, View C has sleeves. And the unique feature in View B is the slim skirt as opposed to the flare skirt. And let's see, A and B both have a tie front on the side, and C, it's a tie in the back, it looks like. So if you look at the line drawings, I'm doing View B, the slim skirt with a tie on the side, and I picked this beautiful red fabric that was gifted to me from a member of my quilt group, and I think it's perfect for the holidays. So I already started working on this, and I did a narrow hem on the ties. This is the tie pieces that are going to go. So I just serged it inside and then turned it over and top stitched. Those pieces are done, and this is the skirt. It has a side zip, which I did not put in yet, but I did sew the opening for the skirt. It's going to be right here, and I'm going to put in a side zipper on that, and then I'm going to gather it at the top and then hem it. Now for the bodice front, we're just going to reinforce that inner corner there and just sew that L and to the dot clip to the small circle. We do that for both pieces of the front, and then we do the darts in the front. Next, I stitch the bodice front sections together at the center back here, and then I get the back bodice piece, which is piece 2, and I'm going to ease stitch the shoulders. So I use like a 5.0 length stitch there, and after that there's these back darts in piece 2 that I sewed, and then I stay stitch the neck. Now that I have both bodice front pieces with the darts in and stitched together, I'm going to attach it at the neck of bodice back, as in step 7 here. And I'm going to repeat all these steps for the lining. And after that, I'm going to put right sides together, the lining pieces and the fabric pieces, and I decide to use the same fabric for both, and stitch along the opening and neck edge, and also the armhole edges. And I also understitch the armhole. So inside where the lining is understitching, and pressed it all. And I will show it to you on Fanny. Here I have the bodice complete and lined. I decided to use the same fabric as the lining. I didn't see any other reason to pick something different. And as you can see, it's not finished yet, but I understitched the armhole here and here. I don't know if I can get that close, but there's understitching all the way around the armhole. So, and then press to keep that flat. We have a dart here, we have side darts. And now I have to do the pleats in the back of the neck. And then this is the inside, the lining. So I think it came out pretty good. And then of course attach it to the skirt, put in the zipper and hem it, and this thing should be done. So it was quick to make, but it had a lot of details. The next 2 steps are the pleats at the back of the neck. So it says here to baste between the large circles which I did. It's hard to see. The large circles are the white chalk and down the line, and here's the other two large circles. And then this line, this white line, is the fold line of the facing. So now at step 10, it says to make the pleat on the inside. Okay, so this is the lining side that I'm showing you. So to make the pleat on the inside, I'm going to bring the stitch lines of the large circles together and baste them, then stitch between the two large circles and then press. So basically I'm going to bring the fabric, trying to see, yeah, up to the neck. So these two large circles, I'm holding the camera so it's hard to show you, but I'm going to bring these two large circles together, okay, and then press them and then stitch along the line. So let me bring them forward and press, and I'll show you. See where I pressed between this large circle and these large circles. So now I'm just going to stitch between them, and that will form the pleat. This is the final pleat on the right side, on the outside of the dress. And I also put a couple of stitches right here to tack it down, and that's it. Now once I created the pleat, I need to turn the facing towards the inside, towards the lining here, which I did. And it says to slip stitch across, which I probably will just leave it, but pressing it is enough, and it's going to form the pleat on the front. Now steps 21 and 22 are closing the sides. It's kind of confusing, but basically you're going to get the bodice front and the bodice backs, and you'll do right sides together and close up the sides. I did one side here. Note, I used the serger. This pattern, or this fabric, I had to use a serger. I did not use any stitches on my sewing machine except for the darts, because it frays heavily. So I'm going to do this now on the other side. It's hard to show while I'm holding the camera. Let me pin it and I'll show you what that looks like. I pinned the right sides together all the way down, the back and the front bodice. I'm going to serge it, and then I'll have the top bodice pieces all together. Okay, it's complete. It looks fantastic, but there's one problem. Do you see the problem? The ties. I forgot to insert the ties before serging in the side seams. So now I have to rip out the serged seams, insert the tie, and then reserge it. Unbelievable. I completely skipped that step. Okay, well, here we go. I unintentionally skipped step 20 where I'm supposed to put in the ties. So I unpicked the sides and the bodice front, and I pinned the ties in. So what I'm going to do is baste the tie in there to hold it in on both sides, and then re-stitch the side seams. I'm going to use a serger. I think you'll agree that this pattern is very involved and it's not easy. At least with the choice of fabric that I had, it wasn't easy. But the pattern calls for it, so I thought it was appropriate. It calls for taffeta, linen, and crepe, and this is a taffeta. It calls for a 14-inch zipper for the side. You could do an invisible zipper if you want. And I don't know why they said it was easy. There's so many steps, as you've seen on my cutting table. This is the fabric. Isn't this beautiful? I loved this when I saw it. And when I was gifted this from my quilt group sister, Pam. Pam, thank you if you're watching. I love this fabric. She's always given me fabric. And she gave me a whole bolt for free. And when I saw it, you know, the Christmas red, I said, that's got to be my Christmas dress, and I'm going to glam it up. So that's why I picked the fabric. But I just want to warn you, taffeta, I've never sewn with it. It wrinkles a lot, it frays a lot. I don't want to discourage you, but I just want to give you a warning about it. If you're up for the challenge, go for it. And I was up for the challenge, and I did it. And I think it came out okay, you know. I like it, and I would wear this out. And why not for the holidays, for New Year's Eve, who knows? But I just wanted to bring this pattern to you with this fabric because I want to glam it up for 2026. So now, if you ask, what do I do with this foil in my sewing room? Well, let me show you today's So Lovely tip. For today's So Lovely tip, I'm going to be using foil to sharpen scissors. There is some people that say it makes your scissors duller. Some people say it sharpens them. I've never done it, so I'm going to do it here today with you. And I got this piece of foil. It's just a regular piece. You know, you can get the heavy duty. But what I'm going to do is fold it a few times. So it's multiple layers of foil that you're going to cut through with the scissors to sharpen them. So let's see how that goes. And, all right. And here are my dull scissors. Now, these are good scissors, Gingers. And to get them sharpened, I think they cost maybe, I think $15. That's pretty pricey. I mean, if you have a bunch of scissors, that could add up. So if this works, I'll be thrilled. So I've been trying to cut this cotton here, and as you can see, it's really dull. Look how it doesn't real, I mean, it cuts, but it's not a buttery cut like it should be. Look at it, it almost folds the fabric. These are my dullest scissors that I have. So I thought it'd be a good experiment. You know, it's cutting, but it's really hard. My finger, my thumb here is sore from using these. So I'm going to try doing this and see if it gets any better. You just cut through the layers multiple times is what I was told. And it's supposed to sharpen them. I don't know. Hope it works. Okay, let's see it. Here we go. So I got all these layers. I did well, a little bit better. It's not that great. Well, it is a little better, actually. Guess I have to keep doing it. I don't know how much I have to do it, how many times, but I imagine if I'm doing it right. So let's try it again. There's a lot of layers here, so it's 4 layers. Yeah, a little bit better. So, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. So that's my So Lovely tip for today. I definitely felt those scissors cut better. So what I'm going to do is continue with the foil. I'm going to just get some more foil and keep cutting through it and get those scissors up to the sharpness that I want. They are Gingers. They're a good brand. I've had them for over 20 years. I could bring them to get them sharpened, but I don't want to shell out the money right now. So let's see how it goes. But I hope you enjoyed that So Lovely tip. I also want to add another segment to my videos when I can, is a subscriber featuring their makes or a YouTuber. If you want to send me photos of what you've made, I could put them on my channel. I'd be happy to show them to everyone. I think that would be fun. And this week I have a subscriber, a longtime subscriber, great supporter, great friend, Cindy Winkler. She made a quilted jacket with Tula pink fabric. Absolutely beautiful. And she has on her jacket a tag. It says, "Quilting is my superpower." How adorable. Thanks for sending in your photos, Cindy. You are so talented. Thank you for your support. So if anybody wants to send me a photo, just send me an email to solovely.with grace@gmail.com and I'll be happy to include them in an upcoming video. Now for next week's giveaway. And next week we're going to be giving away the Simplicity 9467 top. Look at all those views. It calls for Bodice, challis, charmeuse, cotton lawn, lightweight cotton blends, dotted swish, shirting, silky types, and voile. very flowy, very elegant. You could really glam this up. And the notions are single fold bias tape and buttons. And the sizes are on this pattern 6 to 14. Okay, so let me pull out the line drawings here. Beautiful. So it looks like the various sleeves and the sleeveless, and it's really cute, and has gathering in the front and the back. So yeah, it has a lot of drama, and I hope you like it. So what are the rules of the giveaway? You need to be a resident of US or Canada. That's where I ship to. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. Please thumbs up this video and answer the question of the week. And this week's question is, do you sell what you sew? Put it in the comments. Please post your response by Monday, December 22nd at midnight. And I will respond with the word entered, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And guess what? I will reveal the winner of this pattern giveaway next week on my live stream. Yes, this is my final recorded video, like I said in the beginning of the video, of 2025. And the end of the month, going forward in 2026, the final Friday of the month, I will be doing live streams. So the final Friday of this month, which is, I believe, the day after Christmas, will be my live stream wrap up. And I hope I see you all in the chat. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I have so many ideas for next year. I think you're going to enjoy that too. And please always send me an email or a comment if you have any ideas of something you want me to talk about. I had a subscriber, Cassandra, and she wants me to do a tutorial on how I do my nails because I do them myself. I do not go out and get them done. So I'm going to do that in 2026. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and fun. And most of all, I hope you were so inspired.